Welcome back. We begin with a top U.S. counterterrorism official who has now resigned in the protest over the Iran war. And he's written that the Iran posed no imminent threat to the nation in his resignation letter to President Donald Trump. Joe Kent is who we were talking about, who led the National Counterterrorism Center and was a top aide to Intelligence Director Tulsi Gabbard. And he is the first senior Trump administration official to resign over the war in Iran. Kent, a conservative politician and former CIA paramilitary officer, alleged that the U.S. went to war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. He also claimed that Trump had been duped by a misinformation campaign. The Trump administration is moving to contain the fallout of Kent's resignation. Now, Trump later told reporters it was a good thing.
Other states are 10, and this is, if it's in a red. Well, I read his statement. I always thought he was a nice guy, but I always thought he was weak on security, very weak on security. I didn't know him well, but I thought he seemed like a pretty nice guy. But when I read his statement, I realized that it's a good thing that he's out, because he said that Iran was not a threat. Iran was a threat. Every country realized what a threat Iran was. The question is whether or not they wanted to do something about it.
Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt has published a lengthy statement rejecting Kent's allegations, saying his resignation letter was riddled with false claims. She termed the idea that Israel goaded President Trump into action insulting and laughable. Well, for more on this, our correspondent Susan Tenani sent us this report. Let's listen in.
Joe Kent's resignation from the National Counterterrorism Center over objections to the U.S. war against Iran has put a spotlight on divisions inside the Republican Party. Until now, most criticism regarding these strikes came from familiar outside voices, GOP skeptics in Congress, and commentators like Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly. But Kent's resignation marks a shift, signaling dissent from within the national security establishment. The White House is dismissing claims about internal divisions, but in the middle of an active war, this is significant. Now, whether it suggests serious fractures are emerging internally, well, that may be too soon to tell, but it raises questions about how unified the administration really is at this point. Susan Taprani reporting from New York for WION World is One.